Well, and you guys, sorry, the sun is shining right in my face this morning, but so yeah, I was up late, listening to a bunch of different stuff, and so then a couple of people all of a sudden messaged me that they had found Riley. Um, I mean, I so sorry that that here I gotta turn off my camera, I suppose, for a second. Well, no, whatever. You're gonna have to deal with this stuff in my face, but uh, uh, uh. it comes around this time in the morning here. Anyways, you guys. So I don't even know. I'm glad he was found. Yes. Good morning, Charmaine. Charmaine, thank you. Sorry, I got my freaking thing there, but yeah, like I this isn't unexpected, and I'm kind of at a loss for words because it's like, you cover it, and then when it actually like is like when he's found, then it just brings it home real. Morning, Ken. um Sorry. Okay, I was gonna I hate to turn off my camera, but it's the sun's like right there in my face on there. Um so yeah, I mean, I guess I might as well play this clip. I really don't know like that much. Apparently, like you said, Ken, he was found with his shirt on. So all of that other stuff was just absolute rubbish, you know. Joining from the UK. Hi, Samantha. And again, sorry, you guys. Let me just can you guys just give me 1 second? I'll see if forget it. I'll just leave it. Again, sorry, like whatever. The just bugging me is like the lines right through my face and whatever, but oh well. Anyways, I'm gonna play this clip here. Um, absolutely, because this brings the reality home for the parents, like that hope um of anything, but I think, like I said, being realistic. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta turn down my blinds or something. 1 sec. Maybe that's a little bit. It's a little bit better. It's not blinding me. Um, my, oh yeah, well, absolutely. But it's for the fact that many people. I mean, this is the least of the worries for anybody, but it's the fact that it was like a bunch of people were all saying it and stuff like that. That's the part that kind of blows me away. Um, yeah, but it was multiple. So, anyways, yeah, that part doesn't matter at all. Uh, it's about Riley. This is Tragic Prayers to Newham. So let me just play. Well, I'm gonna close off that one for a second, and I'll open up the other one, just because I think that the other one is a little bit better to watch than one that's gonna have a commercial. Okay, so let's play this, guys, because like I said, we're all just kind of learning of this.
Police there say they found the body of missing college student Riley Strange. Let's listen in.
I had a company that adjoins the Cumberland River that had been searching for anything that would pop up on the river, especially looking for Riley Strain if he would surface here. As they were removing an object from the river, they noticed what appeared to be Riley Strain pop up. The fire department was called in, retrieved the body from the river. The medical examiner's office reviewed the body, and we confirmed that it is Riley Strain. The family has been contacted. There are no signs of foul play at this time, according to the examination here at the riverbank. Mr. Strain still had the shirt on that he was wearing, still had the watch, and other identifying factors that helped us identify who he is. I want to say to the family, my heart and prayers go out to you all for this very unfortunate and tragic incident. I also want to say thank you to the Nashville community and the outpouring community of the outpouring support from the community in trying to help us locate Mr. Strain. I also want to say thank you to our USAR team and to the fire department and OEM and TWRA and everyone else, and including the media, for everything that you've done, for the countless tips that came in. We received nearly 200 tips as of yesterday that we were vetting out. So at this time, the family's been notified. There will be an autopsy more than likely sometime today, and we'll have a little bit further from that point. So thank you.
Chief, can you tell us, is there any other additional evidence that points you to the theory that it seems like you've been going after for a while now? It's just that he fell into the river, accidentally?
Yeah, there's no other evidence that suggests anything other than we have reports that normally under these circumstances with his height and weight, that he could have surfaced between 14 and 20 days. This is the 14th day, so we were really expecting anytime soon to find him. In fact, our search teams was going to put in the water here this morning and then search from this point further down. So we were in the right spot. It's just unfortunate, but there's nothing to suggest anything other than any foul play at all.
You said that these were crews that were actually looking for him that found him?
Yes, that's so the workers typically on the river, whether it's barge companies, concrete companies, other businesses that actually are on the river, and they look routinely. It's happened countless times before. And as they moved, I believe, a barge, and don't quote me on that, they removed something from the river, and as they moved it, they noticed Mr. Strain. So and called it in.
Typically work on the water. They weren't necessarily search crews.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sorry, there was still more.
All right, you've just been listening there to a police update on the missing young man, Riley Strain, whose body has now been discovered and identified by police in Nashville. They say that there are not any signs of foul play. You'll recall that the missing University of Missouri student was there in Nashville with his fraternity. He went missing several days ago. In recent days, the police have focused a search on the area waterways after his debit card was found in the Nashville River. They first focused on the Cumberland River's downtown section of that area before expanding the search to include the Chatham Dam. And now we had numerous instances of Riley's family making a plea to members of the media and to anyone who had any information about his whereabouts. There was even that video, Chanel, you remember, of him interacting with a police officer as he was walking down the street. He was captured on a police officer's body cam. There's some some footage here from the Nashville Police Department that show Riley. There was also some audio of him. Here it is. This is the moment where he is caught on the police officer's body camera footage. So there was some hope that he would be found safe and sound. And of course, the news coming to us now, if you're just joining us here on CBS News, the body of the missing University of Missouri student, Riley Strain, has been discovered. Police say that there are no signs of foul play.
Yeah, come on up, please. We'll go that way towards that door. What's that?
Sorry, I was trying to throw in some hearts there. Let me just take this down for a second and we'll go over to the Twitter as well. Actually, you know what? Let's just take a moment for the family. Just 1 minute. Just say a prayer. Please give this family strength, as they have to, of course, endure the pain of this tragedy. I say prayers, but I don't ever say any prayers out loud. That's just the fact of what his parents and that have to go through right now in this family as they're learning that, we cover these cases and we do it for the sake of the families, to bring awareness, like Charmaine was saying, and, all you guys that care to share the information as well. Try to make sense of something when something doesn't make sense. Then reality kicks in, of course, like today, like I was like literally 3 sheets to the wind. I was tired because I was looking at a bunch of Sebastian stuff yesterday, seeing if there's any updates more on this, and I was gonna do a video and actually try to put all the information together. And then my husband called, and then I didn't realize CD and Beauchemin had called on my messenger. Anyways, prayers to Riley's family and to Riley. I really hate it when someone's so young and they have so much life to live, Let's just hope and pray this family can get strength from their love and good memories. Yeah. Of this sweet boy and get through this terrible time. Thank you. For all of us. Yeah. Morning, Hootis. Yeah, I know that a lot more news will come out through the day, but I'm just gonna pull up this. They need to pass a law called Riley's Law to always make sure that the bar establishment calls an Uber or the police to give someone a safe ride home. That would be good. Such a tragic loss, and could have been prevented with higher fencing. The fact that there's a sheer drop within, yes, absolutely. How this path is crazy. That whole area there, how crazy it's just drops. But yeah. Sadly, none of it's going to bring Riley back, eh? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly read this by SF Investigates. And if there's something else you see, feel free to send. So law enforcement and the family have confirmed that Riley Strain was found in the Cumberland River this morning, approximately 8 miles downstream from the bridge. There were no signs of foul play on Riley's body. It appears to have been a tragic accident. This case has underscored how quickly circumstances can change, reminding us that tomorrow is never guaranteed, which I always preach that, or try to preach that to people. Hence why I always say YOLO, because you never know. You only live once, right? And you never know when something's going to happen. Absolutely. The level of support and active involvement in this search was unprecedented, the largest I have ever witnessed in any case I have been involved with. It was truly heartwarming to see thousands upon thousands of people showing up, both in person and online, to support a stranger and his family during their darkest hours. This community's immense response truly makes a difference and is nothing short of amazing. To the family and friends of Riley Strain, please accept my deepest condolences during the search. I heard many stories from you about Riley, who was clearly a remarkable young man. I hope you can find some peace in this difficult time. Rest in peace, Riley. Okay. Yeah. So, did you email me? So again, sorry you guys too. The sun's coming right in at me. It's only 9 o'clock. Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's only 9 o'clock in the morning here, Pacific time. 1 second there. Let me just look at my email. Oh, that's to do with Delphi. Okay, I'll message that back in a bit, Gloria. Thank you. Beautifully written. Yes, absolutely. So, of course, anyone coming in obviously understands that, pretty much everyone, a lot of space in the true crime is live. Obviously, right now, when we first started covering Riley, it was right near the start, and I was wanting it to pick up because it wasn't picking up as fast as sometimes you want things to, and then started picking up and gaining traction a lot, which is exactly what always needs to happen when you're trying to bring awareness. So thanks to all the people that are in this chat or that are content creator that have spent their time, of course, dedicating to bringing the awareness of cases and stuff like that, and Riley Strain in this particular case. It's one of those things is that, like I said, it was expected about the river, at least to most of us, I think. But the reality, like I said, then hits home because who's trying to call me? Charmaine, that was Deb trying to call me. I guess she doesn't realize I'm live. Can you see what she wanted in the group chat? Can you see what she wants, please? Unbelievably sad. Really had hopes of him being found. Yeah, it's bittersweet. Like I said, as a parent, as a person, whatever, as a mother, it's always like your kids, right? They mean the world to you, or at least they should. I just thank you. That, you know what, Gloria, that's just exactly it. You know, I always say that the worst tragedy is when a family doesn't know any answers to where a loved one is. That has to be the most gut wrenching thing for anyone to ever endure. So, absolutely, I'm glad it didn't take too long here for Riley to be found. Unfortunately, right, not alive, but he is found. So they now have some answers and can try to move on. Which they'll never move on, but you know what I'm saying, as best as someone can when something like this happens. And so, kind of like what I was saying yesterday as well, sometimes you can have all these search teams, around, and then all of a sudden somebody ends up spotting, you know, the person in the water. That's not even to do with law enforcement, and it's just because, especially in this particular case, they had a vast area, and you don't know how. Like, you can try to do science with where they should be and stuff like that, but again, if something gets hung up in brush and stuff like that, and in this case, I guess it was a worker that had found Riley. 22. Absolutely. Family will be doing a press conference shortly. Oh, really? Miranda, do you know what channel or a link? My heart out. Yeah. Oh, Absolutely. That's what I'm saying too. Like, for me, I'm a personally like a very deep empath. So that's why it hurts my heart because I don't want to ever take away when I say this, okay? But my heart hurts because it puts myself through those emotions of what a family must be going through and how I would feel. And so, right, my heart absolutely hurts because I'm thinking what this family now has to face when he was missing and what they have to face now. I believe they said about 1. So 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. Okay. Well, if anybody does happen to hear what station or what news outlet is going to be hosting that prep, what is the local station there? What's the local station in Nashville, you guys? Because that's where they'll be playing it for sure. I hope someone does go a GoFundMe for it. There already is a GoFundMe going, but I'm sure there will be. But there already is one. I'm about considered missing for so right. Right, exactly. Thank you. Absolutely. From a parent who has lost a son, there is never closure. Right. Absolutely. No closure. An empty space in the heart. Hi, Terry Dean. Yeah, WSMV Nashville. Okay. Or Tri Fox 17 Nashville. Yeah, I'll look up both in just a moment. On my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Terry Dean. Yeah, one of those things, right? Well, happy birthday, regardless, of course. Yeah. Unfortunately, we always knew this would, yes. So you're right. So he had the shirt on, right? So obviously, all the other stuff falls to the whatever. It doesn't matter, you know. Still am amazed though that so many people claim to have seen him in their camp and the shirt and stuff like that. Like not just one, but seems like a few. But I think I think Half Pint yesterday had a very logical one, and it might not be true, might be true, because it was about the fact of, him leaning over, his debit card falling out, maybe perhaps decided he was going to go down, because again, you can be very drunk and still, think you're normal in a sense, and maybe he was maneuvering his way down there, and that's very treacherous area. That almost seems the more likely scenario, to be honest with you, because I think about it. Well, I mean, it could be either or, but it just seems like the most likely because usually when somebody leans over, you know, um, that something is, yeah, glasses or something, but it almost seems like the water. I don't know. I guess it would have to be determined where that water was exactly, but it could have been like so that he went to go navigate down and then, could be tumbling toward that water more so. Either way, I mean, bottom line is it's neither here nor there really. Will they be putting up a bigger fence there? Well, I hope that they definitely put up better fencing there for sure, to stop that from happening to anyone, considering how low that is really. So hopefully that will be the outcome. Just sorry again, the sun's in my face, guys. It comes my way at 9 o'clock. It's finally of it. It's a huge shock. Yeah, you know what? That's just it, right? And that's exactly for families too, right? It's the finality of it all, you know. And no matter how much, that the life is a circle of life, You never know. I guess, I've preached many times on this channel that you never know when your time is going to come. So worry about important things in life. People get so caught up in, working too hard, not spending time with their family, worrying about how much money they have in their bank account, stuff like that. And I've always known that stuff never mattered. I've always known since I was a child that it was what was important, and that was to take those moments, because you never know, So it's one of those things, either you realize that, like when my husband, when he goes to give me a little peck for a kiss, because he's in a rush, I'm like, you get your ass back here. And he's like, oh, you need to stop always, you're worrying all the time and stuff like that. But he doesn't understand that I already know I might not see him again. He might not see me again. So don't be having regrets, right? I feel badly for, of course, the family first and foremost. I feel badly for the friends that were with him, or any guilt that anyone might feel because they should have, could have, would have, didn't, in a sense. Who knows? Either way, there's always going to be that guilt, kind of like Kelsey German dropping off her sister and Abby at the bridge. And what if we did this? What if we did that? Money can't buy time. What'd you say there, Christy? Been bar hopping. I thought he would have had his ID for getting into bars. Well, I guess we don't know. Like, if he had a wallet on him, is that what you mean? Because, like, he could have just put that in his pocket because he went to go buy more drink, and then they said no, and he could have just put it in his pocket and had a wallet. Oh, your mother-in-law died on Wednesday morning. Oh, prayers, crafty one. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Death is never easy. Doesn't matter how. Death is never easy. That's just a natural process. That's what it is, part of the process. It makes you realize that millions of things that happened to me at our exact end. If he hadn't gone that weekend, had one less drink, one buddy stuck to his side, hotel in a different area. Absolutely. That's probably the hardest part usually, like I said, is when people, and sorry again, the sun's in my face a bit, is all the would have, could have, should have that you would have changed, to try. It's almost like it's something just to try to put understanding to your pain, in a sense, right? The guilt, even though, again, right, it's, obviously the stars weren't, or maybe were aligned for Riley that night. Everything fell in its order of how it happened. And, sadly, again, well, hopefully that they, like I said, hopefully that they change that and they are more proactive about bringing up a fence, a proper fence. It always got me. Even I remember there was this one road up to a ski place, and you'd never get me on that same road again once we finally came back down, because it was this mountain that goes up, and you literally are looking at death's door to your right, and it's a very thin gravel road. So when another car passes, you're like, oh shit, oh shit. So when you're going up, you're like right near that cliff. And all I could think the whole time going up is, are you effing kidding me that they can't put barriers there? Like there was no barriers at all, like just those cement barriers. And it was amazing to me that you can put the stuff in the most stupidest spots, and then you're right beside a cliff's edge, and you guys can, and the city, whatever, can't put freaking barriers there. I tell you, you'd never catch me ever going up that freaking hill again. nothing worse, right? It's like gravel. It's not even, it's more like a lane and a half, and a car's coming down. And as a passenger, you're just like, and you're like, shitting your pants so bad. And I always think about, like I said, the safety of it and stuff like that. So again, hopefully going back to Riley's case here, that, put up some proper freaking fencing so this doesn't ever happen to somebody again. They can get a toxicology from the fluid. Yeah, absolutely, Terry. Yeah, there'll be the autopsy report. Well, I was going to say, I'm not blaming the other kids. I'm not sure if that's just a blanket statement, Carla. But yeah, I've never blamed the kids at all. We don't know the story, but the guilt that they must feel, whoever was with Riley, definitely they're gonna, you can't help it. It's just human nature, you know, that that they're gonna think that I could have done this, I should have done this. But hopefully they understand that the courses happened how they happened. It's not like he wasn't talking to a friend either. Remember, they said, I had a missing adult for 3 hours. 3 hours of my life. Yeah. Yeah. I remember, you guys, when I lived in Coquitlam, there was a child that was missing, and he was like about 5 years old. And we were all out searching for him. The mother, of course, is just devastated. My son at the time is probably about 5 years old as well. And what happened was, the child was found. He fell asleep playing hide and go seek in when there's bushes along, townhomes or something, they got bushes, and he was hiding right near the building part, of course, so no one could see him. And he fell asleep playing hide and go seek. Like, I wasn't the parent, but again, like, you're literally panicking because you can see the panic in her face. And yeah, whatever coverage comes out for Riley, this channel will absolutely cover. Like I said, tonight, I know we'll be hearing more. The news stations will be putting out a bunch of different stuff. And like I said, if there's a conference here, if anyone happens to see, well, I guess I should just look that up. Why I quit drinking 25 years ago. Bad shit happens. And this might be the wrong place to say this, but I always felt, okay, anyone that's ever done pot in their life, I always felt like, here you have alcohol, and the damage alcohol has done to families with drinking and driving, because it really, like I said, watching Riley there type of thing, right? Like I said, just sloshed. I always felt like they sit there and they would ban weed, which is not even remotely close to that type of intoxication. And yet here, this alcohol is legal that takes lives all the time. Well, for the most part, it's the people that take their lives, right? The lives of others. My ex-husband's dad died when my ex-husband was 8 months old because of 2 drunk driver women on one road in Newfoundland. One road. One road is all he had to do to get home. And 2 women on this one road to get in there, that's it, got killed at 8 months old. And usually what happens in cases like that, which did happen with my ex-husband, usually the anger comes out later in your 30s, that area and stuff like that, because you start getting more resentful and stuff like that. That's really what happened. I knew what was going to happen. It was crazy because I actually predicted that was going to happen eventually. And when it happened and he kind of imploded within himself, he had a lot of inside anger towards these people because, he heard stories about how great his dad was a fisherman. He heard all this stuff, but he obviously had this internal anger, because his mom would not tell him the 2 ladies who took their life, because obviously, she just didn't want him knowing, for the sake of him going and perhaps to take his rage when he got old, so she never told him who. Obviously, it's a We're talking about one road in Norris Arm North, and the dad was almost home, you know. So when you have to listen to stories and stories about how great your dad is, how smart he was, and my ex-husband he was just like my son looks like his father. My ex-husband looked like his dad. Like, he literally was a replica of his dad. So I've never been a big alcohol person myself. Drank it. For me to get like hammered, very rare. I just never really liked the taste of alcohol. It's only when I started learning as I got older that there's these more sweeter type of ones, you know, like for instance, the Smirnoff Ice blueberry, stuff like that. Um, anyways, um, not a big, you know, like I said, I mean, if anything comes out of this, you know, hopefully it changes somebody at some point somewhere. Hopefully they again put a fence up there. I bet you your bottom dollar a fence is going to be going up there right ass quick, you know. But anyways, we'll cover story. But if you guys, I'm just gonna go look for this on Fox 17 or WSMV. I just want to go see quickly where this conference is that the parents are going to have. Absolutely, you know. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys remember this one story that happened about maybe within the year, like within a year ago. A couple that got married, and on their wedding day when they were leaving, this drunk driver smacks into the golf cart, and he lives and spends months in the hospital, and his wife was killed literally minutes after the wedding, you know, when they were heading off to, I guess, their whatever you want to call it, the hotel. Minutes, do you guys remember that? Yeah, 1 p.m. And then they sit there. Then you listen to them talking to a parent, you know, like the girl that hit them is talking to a parent, and there's the jail conversation. And it's almost like, and she had already gone to some bars prior that evening. And watching her talk to her dad, like she was this poor victim that, oh my God, like I can't believe I'm here. You know, like, I mean, like I shouldn't be here. Like, you know, it was an accident. No mercy. No mercy. You chose to get behind that wheel. You chose to drink and drive. You took somebody's life. You know, you act like you have to be some sort of killer or something to be inside the system. No, you took somebody's life. Got no sympathy for you. Yeah, awful story. Awful story. Yeah, so if you can just give me a minute, I'm gonna go try to see if I can find that press conference. And if somebody does happen to know, um, just send it to this email at crimingshame@gmail.com if you happen to have a link. But just give me a moment if that's okay. Maybe if you guys could try to help me here, because I'm not. What was that channel again? There was Fox 17. Some people are a lot brighter at Google searching. WSMB, that's what I had. You know what? WSMV News. Let's see. Watch live. Okay, well, I'll leave that out. See if you guys are saying anything. Nashville is CDT, no DDT, right? Oh, right. It's 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah. So it's 11:25 there, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, poor me. Look at poor Riley. I have it so his head's not there. I feel so alone. It's like WKRN. Hi, Doodlebug. And News Channel 5. Doodlebug, if you happen to see where they're saying that they're going to hold a press conference, that will mean that it will pop up on the feed once it's there. If you happen to see that by chance, if anyone, just email me at @crumandshame if you could. WKRN. I'll put it in WKRN. Yeah, everything when I Riley's 1 second here. W. Just put that down for a second. Just listen to this one. Wait 6 is reporting that there'll be okay, Wait 6 as well. Who said you were yelling? Oh, I wasn't yelling. I get it. It's just another news clip. I mean,
breaking news right now. Metro Police confirmed they have found the body of missing college student from Missouri, Riley Strain. The body was found in the Cumberland River near 61st Avenue North around 7:30 this morning. 22-year-old Strain disappeared while on a fraternity trip here in Nashville on March 8th, today marking 2 weeks since his disappearance. News 2's Peyton Kennedy joins us now live from the Nation. She's been there on the ground following this breaking news for us all morning long. Peyton, what can you tell us right now?
Yeah, I seen that one, I think.
Yeah, Blake, good morning. Riley has been found this morning in the Cumberland River about 8 miles from downtown Nashville. So this area has been covered with Metro Police vehicles, fire departments, and just recently a medical examiner transport van left the scene here. We are expecting to hear directly from Metro Police in just a matter of minutes, but from what they have shared with us so far, we understand that no foul play trauma appears to have been involved, and a full autopsy report will be pending. But of course, we are thinking of his family this morning as they have been very involved in this search process, now 2 weeks out from when Riley was last seen. So we'll keep you updated here on Scene, Blake. But for now, back to you.
Peyton, and before you go this morning, I'm just curious, have you got a sense from officials there on the ground if we can anticipate any sort of press conference or really what we can expect from this point forward? Obviously, this has been an ongoing search gaining national attention over the past 2 weeks. And certainly a lot of questions remain. I'm curious what you're learning there on the ground from officials and if the family is nearby, perhaps.
Yeah, Blake, we are expecting to hear from the MMPD at 9:45. So that's 1 minute away. I'm expecting they will come here to this point. We're right outside of an ExxonMobil facility. This is where they've been able to get closer to the water to pull him out of the water at this point. So again, they are meeting us here in just a matter of minutes. As for family, I do believe they have been called to the scene here to speak with police as well. But I do know that the medical examiner's van is no longer here. It has been taken away from this point. So we will expect to hear from police shortly, Blake.
Certainly, this is not the update no one wanted to hear, Peyton. I'm curious, you've been covering this story for the past couple of weeks. I mean, we saw this thing stretch from when the college senior was reportedly kicked out of that bar there on Broadway. Police begin to kind of piece together surveillance video that was found downtown Nashville, leading him to North Gay Street. And now we've seen search crews come in from all over. I mean, as of the latest this morning, Peyton, you were telling us about there were new search efforts there on the Cumberland River, leading us now to this conclusion. I'm curious if you're getting a sense of all the volunteers who've been called and if they're still learning of the news right now as we learn about it.
Yeah, we know that this has been a nonstop effort from all angles. We have had people in the sky in helicopters using drones, and then really people on the water focusing their search here in a 40-mile radius from downtown Nashville all the way to the dam, which is about 40 miles away from where Riley was last seen. And overnight, there was even a search with new technology to try and find pieces of evidence on the floor of the river. So we do know that he was discovered here earlier this morning, and those efforts have now come to a close. But certainly all of the people who have been involved, all of the volunteers that have come forward, specifically with the United Cajun Navy as well, will be learning of this. And I feel for everyone that's played a part in this. I know so many volunteers as well have been in downtown Nashville, hanging up flyers, trying to piece together what information we have from those surveillance videos that have been released, the body camera footage that's been released. So now we will learn more as well after that autopsy is completed to hopefully piece together a little bit more information about what exactly happened to Riley Blake.
Certainly a heartbreaking development we're learning about this morning. Our thanks to Peyton there live on the scene for us this morning. Of course, she will remain there getting any new information that we learn and can pass along to you. But if you're just now joining us this morning, we can confirm the body of 22-year-old Riley Strain has been recovered from the Cumberland River this morning. This has been a search for the past 2 weeks that we have followed extensively, stretching all the way from downtown Nashville to the Cheatham Dam, now coming to a heartbreaking end this morning on the day that it marks 2 weeks since his disappearance here in Nashville, as the college senior was just visiting the city on a fraternity trip. Obviously, a lot of questions still remain unanswered this morning. We are expecting a press conference from officials. We do not have a time yet on that press conference, but as soon as we do, we will pass that along to you. Right now, you can stay with News 2 for breaking news and updates on air. And
obviously, it's at 1 o'clock. And at that time, I guess they didn't know. That sucks. It's hard when you look at this, young man's picture. I was just thinking as I was watching that, like, you raise your kids, send them off to whatever college, university, stuff like that, and then all those dreams are gone for the parents. Now, I'm still not sure, but I think, according to someone yesterday, I think that he is the only child, but I'm still not positive on that. Someone said something about, like his cousins were like his brothers type of thing or whatever. So I still don't know, actually, if he was an only child. Do any of you guys actually know? Like, it's not like it's been something that I've really seen been talked about on there. I know for me, I just have one son, you know. To me, he's always been my life. It's kind of like Anna Williams, right, with Abby from Delphi. You know, she lost her only daughter. It makes it harder, in a sense. You know, I think it does anyway. So it's 11:30 now for me. So it's about an hour and a half. Okay. Sorry, just a pop up there. I'm just trying to decide if I want to end this live and then get ready for the press conference. And just do it that way. Yeah. I hope that some attention is paid to the guy who found him. I've done body recoveries. I know that he will get lost in all the hoopla. That kind of trauma will hang with you for years. Oh, absolutely. Imagine being, like I said, those people that, like I said, because I just remember that conversation, that from law enforcement when they said a lot of the times it's because a passerby or somebody else, finds them. Because I always go back to the Nicola Bully case because it was such a small area as what it seemed, and yet, she wasn't recovered by any of them. And that's kind of exactly what happened. I was talking about, it's this worker that's obviously working. And so can you imagine like coming across that, absolutely. I need to pop out, Bill back for the presser. Absolutely. Yeah. I think everyone was hoping, but I think because of the realism of the fact of if he's on camera here and not on camera here, something happened there. And because his bank card was found by those two TikTokers there, it was pretty likely what had happened. But still, if it was something else, at least it left a little bit of hope. But even when you heard that the shirt was seen, even though obviously we know that that's not true, there's that little bit of hope in there that like it's just that it would have to be basically like somebody mugged him, threw him in a vehicle and took off or something like that. But that was more unrealistic to me. You kind of stick to what those little pinpoints are, and the likelihood is that something happened to Riley right there, hence why his watch and everything stopped as well, because I couldn't see someone at that second going, let me just make sure the phone's off or the watch is off, but you hold out that bit of hope, and I know, and I could tell at the press conference last one that the family was hoping, but I mean, they really felt, you could tell that he was in the water. That seemed the most logical thing. And of course, you're going to have the police and everyone, giving them that more personal talk about things. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I know. That's how I feel right now. Like, I just feel very somber. I was like sleeping, and then my husband had called, or I should say I called him, because I woke up and I was like, oh, what time is it? Because I'm a night owl. And so when my husband left for work, I was just out like a light. Like, I just remember going, what time is it? What? Because pretty sure when I went to sleep, it was like 3:30. He gets up at like 4:30. Well, his alarm goes off at 4:10. And I just remember him coming into the room and I'm like, wait, what? What? And the next thing I know, I was out like a light. And then I seen that CD and Charmaine were like, get your ass out of bed or something. Anyways, but I was talking to my husband and then I was like, oh, I need to go get a live ready. Apparently they found him. Found Riley. Let's make sure we use his name. I'm glad that his family has him to lay him to rest and aren't wondering. Absolutely. It did seem like the family was feeling like he maybe was in the river. It did, again, it's kind of one of those things when you know that your child would not just avoid ever trying to contact you, and I think it was pretty clear in Riley's case that this wasn't somebody who decided to disappear, to, go away from his life. I mean, he was down there to enjoy it with his friends. You can tell he's a, good kid just by looking at him. I don't want to say kid, but that's kind of, when you're older, we kind of say those things, no matter how old you get. But yeah, just looked like a nice young man for sure. Heartbreaking watching the mom each time. Hi, Mara, from the UK. Yeah. So did he just decide to go for a little midnight swim? Well, obviously he didn't decide to go for a midnight swim, but and his life wasn't taken. There's no foul play. There won't be any foul play to this. Just somebody that was intoxicated and either fell over that thing. It just doesn't seem as likely that he just fell over and because his card fell out. It seems more likely that he threw up or whatever he did there, or just leaned over, probably throwing up, to be honest, you would think, right? Perhaps. Anyways, the debit card or bank card falls out. Probably went to go to try to retrieve it, not even conscious of just how steep that whole thing is. That's what seems the most likely thing. Because all I picture is if somebody just leaning over that way, they're just kind of going to flop right there where right there beside the bridge. I have errands to run. Yes. Press conference at 1:00 Central. Well, they were talking about it. And people in here, have been saying it. So they had obviously said it somewhere. They'll do an autopsy. The autopsy, in my eyes, actually won't matter because it's not going to be foul play. It's going to be alcohol, even if they find drugs. So let's say that they found that there was some sort of drugs. I don't feel like there is drugs, to be honest with you, but they're going to do an autopsy, I'm sure, just to see what was in the system. I don't feel like there's going to be drugs. I think it's just going to be alcohol and that he died from falling over, whichever way it was. Yeah. It's just so crazy how you can, he's heading in the wrong direction, supposedly perhaps to that other Your Tempo thing, thinking he's going on the right path, that, yeah. I mean, he obviously leaned over regardless for his bank card to fall out. It doesn't seem likely that his bank card fell out and just washed back up to shore there. That doesn't seem likely, right? How is it that you would fall in and then oops, the water would there comes the bank card. It seems likely that the bank card, I mean, we don't know for sure, right? That's all just guesswork. But the bottom line is, no matter how you slice or dice it, he went into the water there. That's where he lost his life. It's going to be due to non-foul play, alcohol, whether or not there's drugs in the system or not. And sadly, it was a tragic accident. I don't think so, Paladin. You seem like you have a conspiracy type mind. No, I don't think so. No, they're already saying no foul play, so you can't put a twist and a spin on it, Paladin. That's not there. They do, yes, Terry. So probably Ross didn't remember where they found the shirt if he had Riley's. Right. Well, there was no shirt to be found if it's on him, eh? Yeah. So, and running into that pole didn't help his clarity, I'm sure. Oh, that was quite the smack for sure in the face, eh? His parents though said like he didn't seem to have any, head injury or stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, smacked like that, certainly wake you up a bit, eh? Just a little bit. Because he's like, again, he has a ways to fall. It's not just like a short person. He is, yeah. At least they had, at the end of the day, some, video coverage. So, that's the good thing nowadays with things is that, but it always seems to be, though, I don't know why this is a lot. Maybe it's just me, but it always seems to be like Nicola Bully. This camera can see her, but this camera can't, and this is where the accident happened. And that's exactly what happened with Riley here. Camera, no camera can see that point of view. There's a camera on this side, but right in that small space, there's no camera that can see, to know that, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened here. That no camera in that small space, can create tons of speculation because there's nothing to show what happened. It wasn't like, again, slip marks and stuff like that. Well, they said there's no foul play, and that's going to be the truth of it. I'm not going to put a twist spin on it that's not there. It's one of those things. There was options before, but and this is, I think in hindsight, you can kind of look back now and that for the most part, the police didn't really believe in that rumor about the shirt. It seemed like, which turns out to be accurate that he had the shirt on. So whatever shirt people saw or thought that they saw obviously wasn't, it's still funny to me how multiple people can claim that they had seen Riley in their camp, 2 different camps. It just makes, sorry, but it just makes me realize, how full of shit people can be. And I'm not talking about, say, Sabrina, who literally felt like she saw the shirt. But Chris Salisbury, like I said, tried to figure out the truth, went into the camps. These people are legitly saying. And it just goes to show you, right, that even like that they were full of shit. Sorry, but they were. Not Chris or not Sabrina, but the people that were all claiming that they saw him in their encampment type of thing. But whatever, So now we know the truth. Now we know the shirt was on him. There was no shirt. There was no seeing Riley besides anyone that saw him walking, and had gone over. No one obviously seen that, You can, what? When I look at the video footage, I was looking at the video footage from the Justice Building again yesterday. Once we had a more verified timeline of 157, sorry, of, what time was it? 9:57. I had to think about that for a second. Once we had a more verified time of that, then it's easier to go back to that Brandon Smith video of the Justice Building, and I was sitting there watching it, at the 7:59 part and stuff like that. Now it's at 7:57 that he's at that lamppost thing, right? And his phone last pings where the bridge is. So when you think about it, right, you got to give definitely so many minutes. But it was quite quiet after that 9:59 time, like, meaning I'm like, any cars gonna come by again? It was very quiet at that time. So, you know, again, if no one really saw him, because no one seemed to see him, right? Like there was no witness that like literally said, yeah, he was like hanging over the post here, because if somebody would have seen him fall, you know, so I wouldn't doubt then they would have called. Yeah. I start feeling like their intensity on the river search picked up, and they practically knew he was going. They did. That was just a given. When you put that many resources into the water, it's because they have a very strong feeling that that's exactly where he is, because obviously the police are not into the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. They're just into the practicality of all the footage, what makes sense, where he should be, in a sense, and that was in the water. They would not put that type of resourcing into the water if they felt like he was on land. Obviously they're still going to do their part, but the heavy presence, like when the family said that they had called in the Cajun, again, that's because, they knew that it was more like a water search that they wanted done. And that's why, hence the family. There was a moment there when the family was talking and they were like, because they searched the water, and then it was like, but then they kind of changed it at that second, because it was almost like that's where I really felt at that moment that they did a shift. As soon as they said it, it was like, well, they're just here to help in, all the searching and da 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 da. When somebody specializes in water, in a sense, and stuff like that, anyways. So that's when I knew that they knew that the likelihood that Riley was in the water, is why, they called Cajun. And like I said, EquiSearch was going to be out there today. I don't know how far they got, if anywhere. You know, you have to be careful with News Nation. A lady interviewed in an Oklahoma case was trying to be coaxed into making false. Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, sometimes the way like Ashley Banfield was like wording things about the shirt, and it's like, and it was almost coming across like it was confirmed, like, and it wasn't, and I knew it wasn't. I knew it was just people gathering information, but it wasn't actually confirmed. I just kind of shake my head at that whole part, that enough people made it seem like this would be true. And yet there was no truth to it. A couple of them not intentionally, but the ones from the homeless camp that are like, yeah, I seen him, duh, yeah, with that shirt on, yeah. Okay, go have another drink, because obviously not true. It just makes me wonder where people's, like, I don't know, that pushing out, like, I don't want to say Sabrina or Chris. I'm just talking about the people that are claiming that they saw Riley, that they were in the camp, that they saw him with the shirt on. They know how the other guy got the shirt. And yet the guy didn't even have the shirt. The shirt's still on Riley. How people make shit up. They were just trying to find answers. And Sabrina obviously didn't see that shirt. And if it was a replica then. But I'm pretty sure it was, the eyes play tricks on you. Yeah. That's the bottom line of it. That's sadly the bottom line of it. Yep. His family and friends are all going through the thoughts like that. Yeah. They could all use, I think you're saying, use our prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's 10 to 11, 11 to 12. How can you see the shirt if he had on a hoodie? Well, again, it would really depend, because, like, for instance, I have, like, the zipper hoodies mostly. So a hoodie's a hoodie. So this sounds like it was like a zipped up type hoodie that, and I know when I wear my hoodies, my husband always says, why do you leave your zipper pretty much all the way down? And I was like, because I like it that way. I don't like mine feeling like I'm choked up here. I like it, towards like the bottom of my stomach. I just like it on, but I like it to be loose in a sense. So, it was for the fact that, and we can just talk about it, but it was for the fact that Sabrina thought she saw this shirt. Okay. So she, sees, somebody saw the, I don't know if it was, no, somebody saw this post, and I think Sabrina ended up coming on because she was the one that put that post in the Facebook group about the shirt. Anyways, calls into the Pascal show, or she's on the Pascal show. And she's talking about this shirt, about she believes that this person because of how clean it was and whatever. So Chris Salisbury hears of that, story from the Pascal show. And he wants to know, like, the truth of this shirt. Like, is there truth to this shirt? So because he knows people in the homeless camp, he goes down there to try to talk, with some of the homeless to see the truth about the shirt, hearing that this person named Ross had that shirt and found it at the wood structure further down. So obviously, as Chris is talking with the, homeless people down there, they're all just feeding him shit or something, is what all they're doing. Like, that's what now. It's like, like, that's what amazes me. So there was no truth to it because obviously they didn't see him inside the encampment like they were claiming, or that this person had this shirt. But because you have the homeless saying that, yeah, he was in here, I remember him, well, which led to a false narrative, when the truth of the matter is, like I said, had that crap not happened, like I said, for people, the truth of the matter is that he lost his own life because he was drinking and he fell over. He fell over, or he walked down and he stumbled and went into there and he's drunk. Maybe, I don't know if Riley knew how to swim or not. Either way, maybe he conked his head on a rock falling, knocked him out. Freaking water takes him. I don't know. Either way, that's what happened. Right. That's probably what happened. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, an autopsy won't make a difference for me. There's no foul play. It's just a matter of they're going to say, oh, he had drugs in him or not. And I don't think he did, to be honest with you. I'll be shocked. He doesn't, to be honest with you, to me, he does not look like someone that's doing drugs. He doesn't, I don't like, I could be shocked, but I'm not getting that feeling or vibe. But the autopsy report really won't make a difference to me. It was an accident. This will be an accident. Right. There might be money in it for them. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, that's like, obviously something was made up, but this is just hindsight that we can look back now, because obviously, like I said, it seems more credible when you have someone that says seen, then you have someone that goes down there to verify, and then he gets these stories about the altercation, and stuff like that, and starts hearing things about how Ross has this shirt and that they've seen Riley. And then you're just like, yeah, like smoke another, drink another. Obviously, they were just fabricating, making shit up. And then, which led to the whole reason that many people, to me, I was like, huh, if enough people are saying it, could this be true? And kind of like Ken said, which same thing I thought, well, if they find him, either the shirt's going to be on him or not, and the shirt's on him. So, 1 second, just give me a moment, guys. Yeah, give me a moment, guys. What do you guys think? You guys think I should just stop this live and then restart another one in like I don't know, in like half an hour, 40 minutes? I figure, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I want to get prepared, do another thumbnail for the presser. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, you guys. Get myself I know can't always have me. I even tell my husband that same stuff. Can't always have me, man. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to do that, guys. And we will see you. Hopefully you guys will come back and join at that time, and we'll watch the presser. And again, and see what other, to be honest with you, we can watch 10 clips in a row and they're all going to say pretty much the same thing. So this presser to hear, just for the family, like, we'll cover the case for whatever news information brings after that fact, whatever we have. And now don't forget, for anyone watching this as well, we got to focus as well on, thank you so much. Let me take a look here. We got to focus on finding Sebastian Rogers as well. That's the 15-year-old boy. I already have that picture. Didn't you send that to me yesterday? Somebody sent that to me yesterday. Yeah, I have that exact picture where I was showing it yesterday from Amazon. Was it you that sent me that? Maybe it was somebody else. I can't remember on there. But anyways, sorry. My mouse is going a little wonky on me. No, then it was somebody else. Thank you, Doodlebug. I've listened to the family the whole time. They never gave vibes that foul play was right. Absolutely, Robin. I 100% agree. Absolutely. Yeah. So, again, hopefully you guys can come back and join. And again, thank you guys for all who have, like I said, put their heart and, soul into covering this case and coming to watch the live streams on it. Again, we'll see in just a bit. So thank you so much. Prayers to Riley's family, prayers to Riley. And thank you guys for doing your part as well and joining me here this morning. Okay, so we'll just see you in a bit for the press conference. Thank you guys.